holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Reds up!
Play action. It's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Reds up!
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Our first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
One!
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Being sacked 4 times, they might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Mariota. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Justin Houston in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Blue, blue. Red, up.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. They'll roll him out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Mariota now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. A first down throw for Mariota. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. From the gun, Mariota, flush to his right. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jurrell Casey in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flushed out right. Looking deep for Gabriel. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. 3rd down here. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
This is Cohen. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 42 yards. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They run. This is Cohen. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Let's go. Hey, 18.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Second down, Mariota. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor. And it'll bring up third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on fourth down leads to 1st and 10. Now Mariota. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Here's Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On now is the Titans punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 27. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And the Titans getting set to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, you got three. One.
Throwing is Mariota. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Mariota hands to Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
One.
3rd and short yardage. Mariota. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Lock in.
This is Cohen on the toss, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
That's where you belong. Let's go. We're on the ball after this. Strong right. Red, up.
Now Trubisky back into his end zone. Flushed out right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burton. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Pulled in at the 24. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
One.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Looking here for Smith downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Dancing to his left. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jarrell Casey in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Move, move, move. Red, up.
Here's Trubisky. He's going to let this one go deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They begin with Henry. And some Derrick Henry all alone. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 99 yards. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead is now 10-3. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
18. Hey, 18. Lock in.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but not them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Mariota to throw it. Now he's flushed out left. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. The Titans on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game. They had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They go play action. Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cole. But despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Draw up here, 3rd and long, following the sack of Trubisky.
Blue.
Smell fear in that offense.
Hey, 18. 18. Hey, 18.
Under 10.
Lock in.
Now Trubisky. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Gabriel. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Three.
Mariota now. Past the 20. Wide open receiver complete. Give him 30 yards there. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, Henry. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Chicago. 59 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now is Trubisky. His throw at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now it's Trubisky. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I.
Check your hot read. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
He's going to get it running right. Able to power through. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
180. Red up. Red up. Red up. Red up. 18.
Trubisky to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And Parkey's kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So we're back to a 1-score game, and now you figure we'll likely see an onside kick.
Yeah, they've only got the 1 timeout remaining, so I think they've got to take a chance at getting the ball back.
And the Titans are going to come up with it. And that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Mariota. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Tennessee, the win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts.